Hello YouTube! We are on the Real Programming channel. It is about HTML and CSS. My name is Andrei. This is our 45th lesson. I greet you. We will talk about getting a new font family. And now, dusting of Tony's journal. Now that you know how to specify fonts, let's take another look at Tony's segues. USA page and give it a different look. We will be making some small incremental changes to the text styles in Tony's page, and while no single change is going to look dramatically different, by the end of the chapter, we think you'll agree the site has a clear new look. Let's get an idea of where we might make some improvements, and then let's give Tony a new font family. Remember that we haven't applied any styles to Tony's site, so his site is using a serif font family for the entire page. The default size of the hidden fonts is also pretty large and doesn't make for an attractive page. The quote is just indented. It would be nice to improve its look a bit by adding some font style. Except for the photos, this page is rather monochromatic, so we'll also add some font color to make it a little more interesting. Getting Tony a new font family. Let's get set up with a font family. We are going to start with some clean sans-serif fonts. First, create a new file journal.css and the chapter 8 journal folder and add this rule. Archive was found in the link under this video. So let's look on Sublime text. This is our text code. You may download Sublime text on links down this video. We're setting the font family property on the body element. Remember, the elements in the body will inherit these fonts. You'll see Verdana on most PCs and Geneva on most Macs, Arial on common on bots, and if all this else fails, we have the default sans-serif. We have chosen a set of sans-serif fonts here. Now you need to link Tony's journal to the new style sheet file. To do that, open the file journal.html and the chapter 8 journal folder, and the link element to link in the style in journal.css like we did below. We also gone ahead and updated Tony's journal.html file to be official HTML file, adding in the doc type and the meta tag. Here is where we're linking in the new journal.css file. After you made these changes, save the file, fire up your browser, and load the page. Test driving Tony's new font. Open the page with the new CSS in the browser, and you should see we've now got a new set of sans-serif fonts. Let's check out the changes. The font definitely gives Tony's web pages a new look. The headings now have a cleaner look without the serifs on the letters, although they still look a tag large on the page. The paragraph text is also clean and very readable. Because font family is an inherited property, all elements on the page are now using a sans-serif font, even the list elements and the black quotes. And if the serif fonts were more your cup of tea, don't let us stop you. You can always redo the font family declaration to use serif fonts. There are no double questions. How do I specify a font with multiple words in the name, like Courier New? Just put quotes around the name in your font family declaration like this: font family, Courier New, Courier. So, the font family property is really a set of alternative fonts. Yes, it's basically a priority list of fonts. The first is a font you'd like used, followed by a good substitute followed by more substitutes, and so on. For the last font, you should specify the coach or generic sans-serif or serif, which should be in the same family as all the fonts in your list. Are serif and sans-serif real fonts? Serif and sans-serif are not the names of actual fonts. However, your browser will substitute real font in place of serif or sans-serif if the other fonts before it in the font family declaration can't be found. The font used in its place will be whatever the browser has defined as the default font in the family. Last question. How do I know which to use, serif or sans-serif? There are no rules. However, on computer display, many people consider sans-serif the best for body text. You will find plenty of designs that use serif for body text or mix serif fonts with sans-serif fonts. So it really is up to you and what kind of look you want your page to have. Oh, how do I deal with everyone having different fonts? The unfortunate thing about fonts is that you can't control what fonts are installed on your users' computers. Not only that, but they tend to differ across operation system. What might be on your Mac may not be on your user's PCs. So how do you deal with that? Well, the tried and true strategy is to create a list of fonts that are most appropriate for your pages and then hope the user has one of those fonts installed. If he doesn't, well, at least we can count on the browsers to supply a generic font in the same font family. Let's look at how to do that a little more detail. What you need to do is ensure that your font family declaration includes fonts that are likely to occur on both Windows and the Macs, as well as any other platforms your users may be using, like Linux or perhaps mobile devices, and that is also ends with the font family. And the fonts are likely to be able on both Windows and Macintosh computers. These fonts, Geneva, Korea, Helvetica Times, are most likely to be found on Macintosh computers. And let's take a look at our definition for Tony's pages again. First, we'd like for Verdana to be used but. Second, if it's not, Geneva would be nice, but this will probably only happen on Macs. But if it's not. And third, that's okay, because we can probably count on Arial to be on either Windows or Macs, but if it's not. 4. Then that's still okay, we'll just let the browser choose a sans-serif font for us. So, if, for example, I get how we need to make sure we specify fonts that will be appropriate all across all my users' machines. But I was really hoping we could use this cool emblem one font I found for my main heading. Can I just use that, and if the users don't have it, they can use a fallback? Yes, but there is a better way. Your suggestion would work, but most likely for only a very small percentage of your users. If you just have to have that so cool font or typography is important to your site design, you can actually deliver a font right to your user's web browser using web fonts. To do this, you're going to use a newer feature of CSS, the font family font face rule. This rule always you to define the name and location of a font that can then be used in your pages. Let's see how this works, how web fonts work, and we'll talk about this in the next lesson. And this is our 45th lesson over. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, please put likes, share with friends, comment, eat bananas, chocolate and nuts, drink more water for the effective work of our brains. Bye!